This is establishing a temporary moratorium on the acceptance, processing, review, approval, and issuance of permits, site plans, development approvals, and other authorizations for data centers pending the review and adoption of appropriate county regulations. This resolution would establish a temporary moratorium, again, on the acceptance and processing of applications for new data center developments in Wacomico County. The purpose of the temporary pause is to allow the county time to review the state's pending data center impact study and complete the update to the county's comprehensive plan before considering legislation to address the regulations of the data centers. The proposed moratorium would remain in effect for up to 1 year, or until legislation is adopted by the county council.
Good evening, Joe White, Parsonsburg. I want to start off by saying I support the 1 year moratorium for the data centers. The ask is similar to what the gentleman who just spoke before me said, is a moratorium with a purpose. The purpose needs to have some goals laid out as far as when reviews would happen and how the public could have input. No matter how you feel about data centers, there are several factors that should be addressed. Electrical needs are the ones that people talk about the most. We have the opportunity to have work sessions with folks like from Delmarva Power, Exelon in here. In fact, the very last one we were supposed to have was canceled and not renewed, and that was about electric prices in general. Also, there's noise, which I think should fall into a work session with the health department. In many counties, like Anne Arundel County, the health department actually sets noise guidelines, and data centers are prone to having noise in residential areas. Also, probably one of the most troubling ones is the water infrastructure. And I took some time to reach out to Worcester County, to some of the folks out there who had concerns. And it's very interesting. Their moratorium has mostly to do with the lack of water infrastructure, the EDUs, capacity. Global Links was going to put in a landing station in Worcester County over by the airport. And they stated that underground cables could actually be moved up to 10 or 12 miles at this current time. Okay. Now, technology advances, so let's just say it's maybe 15 miles at some point. We have parts of Wacomico County, Willards in particular, that would fall within that range. And they also have EDU capacity. In fact, as far as I know, other than the city of Salisbury, they're the only municipality that has EDU capacity. So we need to make sure that the folks out in Willards are also aware, not that there's imminent dangers. No one's put in a permit for a data center, but we need to make sure the folks on the east side of the county have had a chance to be at this table, let alone the west side of the county. I just want to remind you that we have a couple things on our back burner now, and this would be one of them that we're putting on the burner. We still need to finish the emergency services SWOT analysis, fire service agreement, a plan for the Verizon building, and the employee handbook. So we need a plan, an action plan with dates. Even if we miss the deadlines, we need to know, the public needs to know that if we're going to do a 1 year moratorium, that we're going to have public hearings in the first 4 months. We're going to have work sessions in the next 4 months. Decisions will be made the 4 months after that. I also want to say one other thing. I think more than just the Tri-County Council, we need to work as an entire Eastern Shore. We need to work with Caroline County, Talbot County. We're a bit better as a collective than we are as one county. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White.